Welcome to another episode of the Pauper Cube, your search for everything about Pauper. Today I want to talk about bombs in a cube. People who draft often know what a bomb is. For those people who don't, a bomb is a card your opponent has immediately to answer or you win the game. So like a really big evasive creature or something. Because there are quite a few bombs in Pauper Cube, I make one video for every color. And because I'm a Magic fan, I do everything in Wooburg order. So I start with white. And all white bombs in Pauper are creatures. There are no spells who are bomb in white, at least. And I sort them by converted mana cost and not by something else. So if you wonder why I take Coalition Honor Guard first, that's why. So yeah, of course the first card, as I told, is Coalition Honor Guard. Coalition Honor Guard is really a bomb because Coalition Honor Guard is for 3 and white, you get a 2/4 Flag Bearer. It has the typical Flag Bearer ability, which is whenever any spell or ability has at least one target that could be Coalition Honor Guard, it has to target Coalition Honor Guard. Also, it has 4 toughness, so Lightning Bolt doesn't kill it. And every removal spell your opponent wants to cast on one of your other creatures, he has to play on Coalition Honor Guard. And if that removal spell doesn't kill Coalition Honor Guard, he just wastes his spell. Also, if he tries to place pump spells like Giant Growth or something, or any aura on his creature, he has to target Coalition Honor Guard. So until he moves it, you steal him so many cards, which he can't cast because it wouldn't do anything. And one of the things to get rid of Coalition Honor Guard is a board swipe. But there is not really a board swipe in Pauper. The closest thing is Ivinka's Justice, but Ivinka's Justice doesn't kill it. If you cast it only once, you have to cast it twice in a turn, and that costs a lot of mana. So Coalition Honor Guard is a problem for your opponent, or for you if your opponent plays Coalition Honor Guard. So the next card I want to talk about is Guardian of the Guild Pact. Guardian of the Guild Pact costs 3 and a white for a 2/3 with protection from monocolored. In most Pauper cubes, that means it has protection from 90 to 95% of the cube. And protection means it can't be blocked, it can't be removed, and it can block everything until Oblivion. So if Guardian of the Guild Pact is on the board, many opponents can't do anything against it, and the only thing they can do is to try to raise you. But if you manage to get equipment on it, like Volchok Morningstar or Bone Splitter, it is a clock for turn clock or 5 turn clock and just kills your opponent in that many turns. So if you include Guardian of the Guild Pact into your cube, you should make sure that at least some cards can remove it, like Terminate or some other stuff that is multicolored. Yeah, Guardian of the Guild Pact is really strong, and you see why it is considered a bomb. Next one is one of my personal favorites because it's an angel, and that is Seraph of Dawn. Seraph of Dawn costs 2 white and is of course flying. It's a 2/4 and it has also lifelink. Some people call it the Baneslayer Angel of Pauper. That's because it has a similar impact. It is bolt proof because of the 4 toughness, so you can't kill it with a lightning bolt. It can block almost everything, and the lifelink can bring you back from the brink. I once played against it, was on the win, and then Seraph of Dawn hit the board, turning around the game completely because of the life gain, and I lost that game. So because it also has evasion and because of the flying and can just attack your opponent, If he can't block it, which is most of the time the case with Unlimited, you just punch him down, get a bunch of life. And if you also, like Guardian of the Guild Pact, if you manage to get equipment on it, it is super strong. Like Woodchuck Morningstar, you make 4 damage and get 4 life every turn. That is really big deal in Pauper. So the next card is not exactly a creature, and also it's an online only common, so it's only common on Magic Online. It is Battle Screech, which is also which is a sorcery for 2 white, and it says put 2 1/1 flying birds tokens onto the battlefield. But it also has flashback for tap 3 white creatures, so you cast it again from your graveyard. So if you have another white creature, you play Battle Screech, tap your 3 creatures, because you now have 3, cast it again, and have 5 creatures, 4 of which are flying. This board impact is really strong, and in Pauper it's really hard to answer 5 creatures, because, as I said, there are no such things as board swipes, except Irinka's Justice. If you have Irinka's Justice, you have a problem, but all bombs can be answered somehow, but it is hard to answer it. And the last card I want to talk about is Custody Squire, which is a 4 and a white 3/3 flying creature. It's a spirit, and if it comes into play, it brings back a permanent of your choice. You know, there's Will of the Council. Every player votes about a thing, and in your graveyard, and everything that has the most votes or is tied with votes, you get back. So basically, if your opponent isn't stupid, you vote for something and he votes for it too, because if he votes for something else, you get both. This card is of course much worse if you're cubing and then play a multiplayer game, which we sometimes do. But in a one-on-one game, it just gets you back what you want, which can be another bomb, or just the card that wins you the game in that board situation. And it's really fun to play and to look at the face of your opponent if you drop this creature and he knows already what you're bringing back. So that were the white bombs. Hope you liked it. See you next time.